Welcome back to Movie Cage Match, the only podcast where two movies enter, one movie leaves. And now, please welcome your host, Damien.
That's right, this is Movie Cage Match, and I am your host, Damien. This week's our combatants are two neo-westerns, No Country for Old Men and Hell or High Water. Helping me to decide the fates of these two films, we have everybody's favorite troglodyte, Philistine.
Stage.
And to my left, we have a woman of lethal cunning,
Carrie.
Introducing first.
Let me ask you something. What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss?
Look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything. Just call it friendo.
Weighing in at 122 minutes, we have the 2007 Coen Brothers directed No Country for Old Men.
Willin, what's in the satchel?
Full of money?
He's just a guy who happened to find that money.
I got a bad feeling, Llewellyn.
It's a mess, ain't it, Sheriff?
If it ain't, it'll do till the mess gets here.
I'm looking for Llewellyn Moss.
You go up to his trailer.
Yes.
Do you want to leave a message?
Yes.
If I don't come back, you tell Mother I love her.
Your mother's dead.
Well, then I'll tell her myself.
That was from the trailer from No Country for Old Men, starring Tommy Lee Jones, Javier Bardem, and Josh Brolin. It's Challenger.
You know, the bank loan, just enough to keep your mama poor. Thought they could swipe her land.
It's a big bank.
It's too big.
That's what she said.
Now they can foreclose on Friday. So come hell or high water,
Get the money to the bank on Thursday.
and then you are free and clear.
Little brother, let's go get that money.
Weighing in at 102 minutes, we have the 2016 David Mackenzie directed Hell or High Water.
Y'all gonna steal my gun too?
We ain't stealing from you, we're stealing from the bank.
You hear about these bank robberies? You may get to have some fun before they send you off to the rocking chair yet. I may have one hunt left in me.
Mama, in that been a while?
3 months.
Bank breathing down her neck.
Y'all been here for a while?
Long enough to watch the bank getting robbed has been robbing me for 30 years.
How'd you manage to stay out of prison for a year? It's been difficult.
These boys know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to raise a certain amount, that's my guess.
That was from the trailer from the Hell or High Water, starring Chris Pine, Ben Foster, and Jeff Bridges. Right into the show, bicycle@gmail.com, @bicycle on Twitter, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, Spotify, rate and review it on all of the things. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Yo.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
We good. How are you?
Huh?
You told me to sit back from my mic and now you can't hear me.
So how did you guys enjoy No Country for Old Men and Hell or High Water?
I thought they were both great.
Both great. Yep.
I am not a huge fan of Westerns,
Apparently.
turns out.
Yeah.
No, this isn't like traditional Western, though. You know,
Right.
This is
You know.
neo-Western.
Neo-Western.
It's 20th century taking over, you know, technology.
Yes. So let's start the conversation out with the beginning of these two movies. Some of the most intense opening scenes in movie history. No Country for Old Men starts out with Anton Chigurh killing the guy in the police station.
Spoilers, guys, by the way.
Yeah, all of the spoilers for these these movies. Yeah. Anton Chigurh choking the guy out with his what do you call them? Handcuffs, getting the guy in the chokehold, just staring off into the distance. That 1,000-yard stare as he's choking the guy out.
That was more than a 1,000-yard stare, my man. that was him relishing in
A murder boner?
Yeah, there was a murder boner. The release of life.
Yeah. He's like
He even had like a climax moment at the end where he's just like, you know,
yep. He's like
light that man a cigarette.
Right. He's like Stormfront in The Boys, where she's like, I like seeing the light go out.
Yes. Yes. Also, that floor is a gym teacher's worst nightmare.
Yeah, right.
After that dude was kicking so much, he had like the scuffs all over the floor. That's the only thing I could think about was being in school. And the gym teacher yelling at me every time. You have to have those non-stick shoes, so non-skid shoes, so you don't scuff up the floor. I'm looking at that thing. It's like, oh man, there's a janitor somewhere freaking the fuck out.
Also, Hell or High Water had very intense opening moments. Just starts off with a bang with the bank robbery. That was interesting that they go in. They didn't really do much of the research, right? They go in, the woman's like, I don't have the keys to the safe. And they're like, what do you mean you don't have keys to the safe? I ain't got keys to the drawer. I ain't got keys to the safe. I don't know the password. Mr. Johnson, whoever, and come in about half an hour, he'll know it. So, yeah, two very intense opening moments in both these movies.
Yeah, especially when that woman called him stupid or something.
Yeah.
Of course, there's got to be some kind of loose cannon in there that can't handle being called dumb.
Yeah. Ben Foster playing Chris Pine's brother. Ben Foster is a crazy person. I don't know if you guys ever seen his scene in Alpha Dog where he get the drug test, where he's asked to take the drug test. Have you guys seen this scene?
I've never seen that
I've
movie.
watched Alpha Dog. It's been a while though. I don't remember that part specifically.
Let me pull it up here.
He's out of town.
Yeah. Well, I talked to him. He says you've been getting in trouble again. Breaking in houses, using drugs. Speed, mainly.
It's not true.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Pete, I swear to God. Dude, it's... I feel you. I'm right here. Don't look at me that way. I'm telling you the fucking truth. I'm totally fucking straight, man. I mean, I'm a little... Mr. Lampington's so full of shit. He's out of fucking town. How would he know what I'm doing?
Disappoint me.
Pete. I swear to fucking God.
I need you to take a drug test.
Pete, come on. I need this job.
I really need this job.
Fill it up.
I need this fucking job!
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get the fuck out! You fire! Get your shit! Get out! Stop! Let him back in here! Get the fuck out!
Take you to hell with me!
Get the fuck out of here!
I will take you down to fucking hell with me! I will take you down to hell with me!
Yeah. So
that dude wild. I don't remember that scene at all.
No.
I haven't watched that movie in like God knows how long.
Yeah. I fucking love that scene. But yeah, Ben Foster is a goddamn crazy person.
Dude,
just
he
more
was definitely tweaking.
Yeah, more evidence of it where actually it's the counterpart. It's his brother flips out on the guy, right? And when he's pumping the gas and the guy comes in his Camaro, starts flashing his gun at Ben Foster, and then Chris Pine comes out and beats the shit out of the guy.
Yeah.
Slams the door in the guy's face.
Yeah, I mean, they both got their shit they're dealing with. I
Yeah.
mean, you can tell Pine's just a quiet dude, but there's a storm brewing inside there. He's got a lot of rage.
Right.
You guys ever watch the Disney Channel show Flash Forward back in the day?
No.
Yes.
That was his first show.
Oh.
Ben Foster.
Huh.
Wow.
Don't remember that.
I used to love that show when I was like 11.
All right. That's funny.
That's funny.
I don't actually realize these things until someone says it. And it's like, holy shit, you're right.
Yeah. Changed a lot over the years.
I guess so.
Yeah, I love the beginning part where you meet Llewellyn and his wife, Carla Jean. Carla Jean, played by Kelly MacDonald. She has this super thick Scottish accent. She was Merida in Brave. So I'm always impressed when people, not only just like Americans, put on a Texas accent, but then you have somebody who's not even American having a pretty accurate Texas accent.
I mean, Texas accent's low bar is set.
Sure. But I mean, you could do you have to do a Texas accent. You can't just do a Southern accent. If you're playing a character from Texas, you can't do an Alabama accent. You can't do a...
Yeah, Texas accent sounds much different than Benjamin Button from last week.
Exactly.
The last podcast.
Yes, exactly.
Very different.
Yes.
I will say she nailed it, though, because she pissed me off. I couldn't stand when she was talking.
Now, what the hell kind of name is Llewellyn for a tough guy anyway? Llewellyn sounds like a chick's name to me.
Kind of does, doesn't it?
What are you doing out there, Llewellyn?
But I want to say,
Llewellyn. I had beef with that name, too.
Yeah. I love the scene. I love the scenes where you can just tell somebody's relationship, what their relationship type is, just from 30 seconds of dialogue of them, just having him coming in, just like, she's like, "Where'd you get that gun?" He's like, "From the getting place." And then she's like, "From the getting place."
Also, when we get to quotes, that's one of them right there. The getting place.
Yeah. And she's like, "What's in the satchel?" "Money." She's like, "Yeah, right. Okay." Then he sits down.
That'll be the day.
That'll be the day. Then he sits down and she's like, "Where you been?" It's like, "Don't matter where I've been." "Oh, all right. Don't tell me where you've been. I don't want to know." And he's like, "That's about it. That's how it should go." He's like,
keep talking like that, I'll have to take you in back. And
she's like, "That'll be the day." Okay.
Mama not gonna like this.
Yeah. Yep.
Nobody's mama ever likes the man that they're with.
Yes, exactly.
When they causing trouble.
I like that part at the end where she's like, "Maybe I just don't ask you where you were today." He's like, "That'll do.
That'll do." I love one of the reasons I love No Country for Old Men is they don't have the antagonist and the protagonist never really meet, sort of like in Fifth Element. I mean, they sort of meet in the sense that they're within shooting range of each other, but they never like shake hands. They talk on the phone, but they never like shake hands, introduce each other. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah. Some of the quotes. Yes. Some of the quotes I liked. Tommy Lee Jones and his partner are going to the crime scene, the first crime scene in the desert, and his partner's like, "Okay, Corral, just over yonder." Just over yonder. They're talking about how the guy was killed in the street on the road, and the guy was like, "Want none bullet?" And the guy, Tommy Lee Jones, like, "Want none bullet? Want none bullet?" Tommy Lee Jones says, "What are you gonna say?"
No, go ahead.
Tommy Lee Jones is like, "I reckon they died of natural causes," and his partner's like, "Sir, natural to the line of work they was in."
I find this to be like it's definitely like a Western thing. You always got like the rookie cop kind of just saying dumb stuff, and you got the other one. I mean, both movies had that relationship between characters, but specifically for
No Country.
Yeah. Well, no. Oh man.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then you got like Fargo. It was like the same kind of thing. There was like a dipshit cop in there, and the other one knowing what the hell was going on. Like you just, I don't know. That dynamic is just timeless in pretty much any. It's almost like necessary in any kind of movie that has like some kind of authority in it. I don't know. It seems dumb, but like at the same time, it makes the like the Tommy Lee Jones character just seem like this worldly, like I've seen some shit, I know everything.
Yeah,
I know when to be afraid, stuff like that. It's just it almost fleshes out his character more than that's the only purpose for having these weird, dumb rookie cops who wonder even how they even get a job.
Right. One more quote, my favorite quote from this movie, when Llewellyn is looking for a hotel, or a second hotel room actually, he goes to the clerk and says, "About 138. She's like, "Well, why don't you take the one right next to it, 137? It ain't took." Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you know what I got out of watching both of these movies?
What's that?
I would never want to live in Texas. Nope.
Yeah.
I just look at the landscape, and I know it's supposed to look like desolate and like run down and everything, but no. Even if it was like a bustling town, I still don't think I could live there. We had this conversation today. I think I'd rather live in like Kansas or some shit than Texas.
Which I said I don't.
And I'm like, maybe not Kansas. I don't like that, like seeing for miles and miles nothing but fields.
Right.
And I said, well, what about like Minnesota? Super harsh winters. Maybe I'm just made to live here. This is the only like Northeast. That's it. That's the only place I could live and be happy because it's not Texas, that's for sure.
I'm going to save this last quote here for the end to talk about why I love this movie so much and other things about it. Guy looking up in a cowboy hat never gets old. There's that part where Woody Harrelson goes to his hotel room with Anton Chigurh, and he sits down, puts his head down, and looks up from his cowboy hat. That shot never gets old for me.
How mad are you that you can't pull off a cowboy hat?
I never worn one, actually. Can't remember the last time.
Actually, now I'm saying that, you probably could pull off a cowboy hat. But you got to commit. Get the boots, too. You wear flannel already.
Yes.
Oy. I have to say, I'm probably like the very small minority of women that do not find cowboy hats attractive at all.
No?
If a guy comes up to me in a cowboy hat, I'm going to be like, what?
In Hell or High Water, I felt like every single cowboy hat was the same. I feel like they were all just like, oh, where's my hat? I'm just going to use yours for this scene.
Right.
It just seemed like it was the same dirty ass, like it was once clean and white hat, but it's, I don't know. There's probably, they didn't care too much. But they should care because as a cowboy, that's part of your identity. You got to have a banging cowboy hat.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a mark against Hell or High Water, that I just felt like every cowboy hat was the same. I didn't see anything tricky about a certain hat to a certain individual.
Well,
like that
yes,
there's
they
character right there, you know?
They did, because Chris Pine goes into Ben Foster's trailer and he's like, that's my hat. You took it. You took my hat.
See? Exactly.
Yeah. Right. So that's one
and then like I cut to a scene later and they're both wearing a hat that looks pretty much, identical. So
Sure. Let's see. Would you watch a Netflix series of No Country or Hell or High Water?
Yeah, both.
You would? Okay.
No.
No?
No.
Probably not.
Want to elaborate? No.
Westerns don't do it for me, and I don't really like violent movies, so or shows. So
shows, yeah.
It would have to be some other aspect of it would have to be very, very intriguing or something, because I did like Game of Thrones, which was very violent, but there was other things about that made me want to watch it.
So I'll say Fargo was a movie, obviously, and they made a Netflix series out of it. Have you checked that out?
Yeah, I've seen the first two Fargo seasons. The first one's very, very good. First one's a fucking masterpiece, in my opinion. Fantastic series, fantastic season. Fargo season 2 was still very, very good. It was like a 9. Fargo season 2 is probably a 9. Fargo season 1 is probably a 10 out of 10 for me. Very, very good.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I bring that up because I've seen Fargo, but I have yet to watch the TV series. So while I'm saying that I would watch a Netflix series of either one of those movies, I've yet to watch. While I enjoy Fargo, I have yet to watch the Fargo series. So maybe I'm talking on my ass. It is on my to-do list, though. Obviously, the ever-growing list.
Yep.
Never gonna get finished.
No
way.
No Country. I read the book just recently, about a couple weeks ago. The movie is very faithful to the book. There's this only part of the movie, only part of the book that was taken out of the movie was right before Lund gets shot at the hotel. You actually see a preview of this in the movie where he's talking to a woman. In the book, it goes into more of that, of them just talking about their lives and what they're doing up to that point. So, yep.
There's one thing that confused me about this movie is like we see these guys go through everything trying to kill each other. They're shooting at each other, and then we don't even get to see Moss die on screen.
Right.
What's up with that?
Because I think, I was sort of confused, right, when I first saw it.
But the Mexicans got him, right?
You're right. The Mexicans got him. I didn't even realize that the first
time
I saw it.
But why wouldn't they show that? They're showing all this violence.
So to me, the point...
Why wouldn't they show him getting killed?
The whole point of the movie is, like, chaos happens. Like, life is chaos. There's the story that Timothy Jones' character says to Carla Jean, where he's talking about the farmer that tried to, was executing his cows or whatever, and he actually shot himself. And he's like, the scenario, the idea between man and beast, the fight isn't always settled. even on just Man versus Beast. So you have this, the whole movie to me is this idea of like anything can happen at any time. The good guy might get away, the bad guy might kill the good guy and get away with it. Like I was talking to Dion last week about movies where bad guys get away with it, and this is one of the few of them where that happens. So I mean, I think the overall message of the movie is anything could happen. You could die, you could walk out of your house and be hit by a car, just like Anton Chigurh gets hit by a car at the end. You know, the bad guy gets away with it, but also karma sort of bit him in the ass at the same time. It's just the whole message of the movie to me is chaos. What life is chaos. So,
could you tie the coin flip into that too?
Yeah, exactly.
That guy has
he's trying to control life. He's trying to control his life, his timeline, but at the end of the day, he's as susceptible to chaos as anybody else is.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, is he like an extreme believer in fate, or is he like, it's not up to me? I'm not a bad guy because it's not up to me. It's up to the coin. Like it's up. If the coin lands this way, you live. If it lives this way, you die. Right. It's not my decision. I'm not bad. I'm just doing what fate tells. What fate decides or whatever.
Right. He's trying to absolve himself of the guilt of killing the guy because he's saying, yeah, it's the coin.
When he had that interaction with that gas station guy with the coin flip, you played it in the preview. I enjoyed that whole conversation. And then at the end where he won the toss and he gave him the coin and he was like about to put it in his pocket. He said, don't put that in your pocket.
Yeah.
He was like, well, what do I do with it?
Yep.
I don't care what you do with it. Just don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
You're not really understanding that. Well, I mean, maybe on some level he understood, but that coin definitely meant more than just a coin that goes in your pocket. Like you should wear that around your neck because if that was the other way, you wouldn't have a neck.
Exactly. One of the reasons I love this movie so much is it has so many different genres in it. The cat and mouse, the Chigurh chasing Llewellyn throughout the movie has elements of horror to it. Some of my favorite scenes in this movie are when Llewellyn is waiting for Chigurh in the hotel room, and you just see him looking at the door. You see the light coming from the hallway underneath the door, and then you see Chigurh's shadow walking across the door, and that scene always gives me chills. It's this anxiety-ridden scene of just you don't know what's going to happen. The tension is so fucking ramped up in this scene. It is incredible. What was some of your guys' favorite scenes?
Come back to me. You go first.
Yeah.
We're talking from No Country?
Yeah, you can do both too.
I got one.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
When he gets hit by a car.
Yeah.
You didn't like the cut of his jib, huh?
Mister, you got a bone sticking out of your arm.
You can have my shirt. Y'all got to pay me for my shirt. I'll just give it to you.
Yep.
Most of my scenes, I'd say, were my favorite. I mean, it's kind of the easy route, but like I said with the gas station guy, when he's having these conversations with people, and it's just like, you're a shithead. But like, you have this strange, like, it's like Woody Harrelson character said, it's like he has a code, maybe, if you will. And it's just learning that about him and just hearing the way he talks about it is just fascinating. And the dude feels like the Terminator at times, like specifically this hotel room you're talking about. You just see him like just walking towards danger, not giving a fuck, and it's like, man, you are one scary dude. I would not want you chasing me.
What is the thing that he's using to kill people? I'm confused by that.
That, but by the way, is the most brilliant weapon ever.
Yes,
it's just basically a pressurized air cannon.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What you call it? Not a cannon, but an air pistol, I suppose.
Air pistol, yep. Exactly.
So what is he shooting into people?
Air.
Compressed air.
That's why there was no bullet. He's just shooting pressurized air right into the dude's skull and it killed him.
Yeah.
It's blowing off locks with it. Like, I mean,
what is it? Is that something
that
is used in real life for something? Or is it...
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones.
I mean, you could use it like that for absolutely.
But what is it used for?
Killing cows.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh,
Tommy Lee Jones.
Makes more sense.
Tommy Lee Jones mentioned it when he was telling the story about the farmer that was killing cows and shot himself in the shoulder. He was saying, that they used to do it that way, but now it's just this compressed air, and they have a little. I thought he said it was like a screw, not a screw, but a nail or something that goes in and out of the cow's head. So maybe at one time they used there was a nail in there, but maybe he's just using the air now to leave less evidence.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So
and then you just had the scenes with like Tommy Lee Jones' character in it too. I'm a sucker for banter. I like the banter, and Tommy, his character seemed very worldly, and
he kind of seemed made for this role
yes.
to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like he wasn't afraid to admit that he was afraid.
Yep.
And he's what? How do you say it? The guy was like, "Do you think this guy has any idea what's after him?" He's like, or he should be scared or something. He's like, "Hell, I'm scared."
Yeah.
Like all the things, it was just like, very obvious things, and it's just very, very human.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like my mindset, like just watching this all unfold, and it's just like, man, I agree with him, and that dude's crazy, and I don't want that dude chasing me.
I really like Tommy Lee Jones's character. I thought Tommy Lee Jones did a good job, but this may be an unpopular opinion, but I didn't really get the point of Woody Harrelson being in this movie at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we got our Kristen Wiig, huh?
Yeah, like what was he was in it for like 2 scenes, 3 scenes.
Yeah.
So just so he could die? Like I don't get it. What did he bring to the movie?
He was there for like exposition to tell the viewer and to tell Llewellyn what Anton Chigurh is and what he's doing, the type of person he is.
Couldn't the other guy do it though?
Who?
The other guy that got killed in the office.
Yeah,
but did you see Woody Harrelson in that white suit?
the Stephen Root character.
For me, man.
He doesn't have a name. His name is in the script as the guy that hires Carson Wells. So Carson Wells' employer wants to know who Anton Chigurh is. Like he doesn't even know. So Carson Wells knows Anton Chigurh so well that he has to tell the guy in the office who he is, and he also has to tell Llewellyn who he is. So yeah.
All right, I guess.
Yep.
We should make that a thing. We should for these movies. Kristen Wiig Award.
Yeah, exactly.
Most pointless character.
So I want to weave in a little bit of Hell or High Water since we're talking so much about No Country. Some of the best scenes in Hell or High Water for me when Ben Foster robs the bank and has the money in his shirt and he's just running towards the truck. Some of the best quotes from that movie. Only assholes drink Mr. Pibb. That scene after in the gas station. His brother asked him, "How have you managed to stay out of prison for a whole year?" Ben Foster's like, "It's been difficult. My favorite scene in this movie, I fucking love this scene in the T-Bone diner. That woman walks up, she's like, "What don't you want? You don't want the corn on the cob. You don't want the asparagus. You don't want green beans. What? Nobody has never not ordered T-bone steak. I've been working here 44 years, and only one man from New York City came in here in 1987 and ordered a goddamn salmon. We don't even sell salmon. What is this guy even doing? So, what don't you want? I'll get you a T-bone steak, medium rare." Guy's like, "Can I get it?" "No, I said that wasn't a question. I said medium rare T-bone steak." Loved it. Love that whole scene.
You're being way too polite.
Yeah.
She was very, very more curt about it.
Yep.
I got a chuckle out of Carrie though.
Yeah.
When she was like, they're like, "Thank you," and she's like, "Mm-hmm."
As a former restaurant employee, I can appreciate.
Yeah.
Before my current position, I worked in a restaurant, and the day shift and the night shift were made of extremely different people. The day shift were the ladies that had been working there for 30 years, older women, and they had their regulars that came in, and they could be just like that lady was and be rude and because they kind of earned the right to be that way.
Yeah.
Whereas the night crew was all teenagers and college kids that were working.
Mm-hmm.
So it just reminded me of some of the ladies I used to work with that were like, "There's the door.
Yeah.
You can leave."
I don't even know why she gave anyone an option. I mean, I guess she had to for that scene. It seemed a little out of place, but when she got rolling, it was like, this is so ridiculous. It's funny.
It's amazing.
My favorite scene from this was actually it was right at the end, and the confrontation between Pine's character and
Jeff Bridges'
character.
Yeah,
where they were having like this chat talking about everything that happened, and
standoff, really.
Yeah, really a standoff. And at the end, he's like, "Oh, you don't even live here." He's like, "Nope, I don't live here. I live in town. Hey, if you want to stop by, we can finish up this conversation."
Yep.
He's like, "Oh, I just might do that."
Yep.
He's like, "Good. good. Maybe I can give you that peace you're looking for. He's like, or maybe I give it to you. It's like, oh shit, sequel. Let's go.
Amazing. Yeah, I love scenes like that. Let's see. So, what do you guys think better supporting characters, No Country or Hell or High Water? I got No Country because you got Wendell, Tommy Jones' partner.
No Country.
No Country. You got Carson Wells, Carla Jean, and her mother. Her mother's amazing. She was like, I love her scene in the car where she's like, you know how many people I know in El Paso? 0. That's how many.
What other movies has that lady been in? I know I recognize her for something, but I can't place her.
Right.
What was she? Was she in like? Damn it.
Yeah, I'll find it.
There's a movie I could. She like dies in it. She like walks in. Is it like Twister or something?
Oh, it might be.
She dies in it.
Twister.
She just walks, or was it a wave like Deep Impact or something? She walks towards some kind of natural disaster.
Yes, and they're like, no. What is it?
It might be.
I'll look it up. Oh, that's not her. I got the wrong person. Hold on.
Damn it. Oh, it's going to piss me off now.
Yeah. Beth?
I'll jump in and say I actually think the supporting cast for Hell or High Water was better. Between the two cops on the other side, the brother, all the bank people they had to deal with, and then
sorry, go ahead.
Even inside the restaurant as well. That the woman, she had that big old, I don't know, she was like hitting on him or something. You got the $100 tip, and she had like this nice interaction with this tense interaction with the sheriff Bridges character that I got a kick out of too. She was funny. She was sassy.
Yeah. So Carla Jean's mother was Dwight's date in The Office.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Speed.
Okay.
She's in Speed, and she tries to go get off the bus to go on to that other bus that's like cruising right beside her.
Yep.
And they're like, no, and
Blows
she
up.
and they run her over.
Yeah.
Something like that,
Did she
right?
blow up or did she fall?
Oh.
Because I always had an issue with that. Because if she
she blew. Did she blow up?
Well, they said that they rigged the door to explode or something.
Yeah,
like that.
she blew up and then they ran her over. Maybe.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But here's my logic on that.
Yeah.
If the door was rigged to explode, it would only explode once.
Right.
So then you could just get off the door, you know. The next person, I mean, somebody had to eat that bullet, but you know.
Yeah. So let's see. Most overacting, give it to Ben Foster in Hell or High Water. Not a lot of overacting.
Overacting?
Yeah, not a lot of overacting in No Country for Old Men.
Are you just saying for this movie in particular, between both?
Both movies, yeah. Who had the most overacting between both of them?
Oh man,
there wasn't a lot of freakouts in No Country. So probably Ben Foster. I'll give it to that. Best that guy, Stephen Root. You can see his picture there in No Country. I love that guy.
Oh no, best that guy was the T-bone steak chick.
Well, I mean, somebody you recognized. I've never seen this person before. You know what I mean?
I bet she's been in something.
But you haven't seen her in something. That's what the award is about. It's about like, oh, this is that guy. I've seen that guy before.
I'm gonna give it to Carla Jean's mother.
Okay, there you go. That's yes, correct answer.
Oh, okay, well, I gotta see that guy. Fine.
Right.
Well, we just said that Woody Harrelson didn't have a good role in that movie, so I don't go him then.
No,
come on,
he's too well known.
Yeah, it's a main character. How are you?
It's got to be someone that you have to like look up the name of.
Why is this a confusing thing for you?
Well, because you're not supposed to know that guy.
You don't get what he's going for here.
I guess I don't. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Cinematography.
That guy is like an unknown, not a well-known person, but you go, oh, I seen them in something before.
Oh, so you're saying like the kids walking back from the Mexico border. If I recognize one of them, I'd be like, oh, he was in something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roger Deakins gets the GOAT for cinematography. He was nominated 15 times before he won the Oscar for what's that movie? Blade Runner 2049. He finally won for that in 2017.
Now, is he your best that guy because he's the only that guy you know?
This is my favorite.
His role in that movie was meh. Wasn't anything.
That's not the point. Completely
Well, I
missing the
understand, but
point.
You're
bro.
just like looking at him. You're just finding this guy that you might recognize from somewhere.
Yes.
And he's just gonna be like, hey, what's up? More like a cameo.
Yes, cameo. There you go. That's like a character. Do you know what character actor means?
No.
So the guy that was in Groundhog Day. Remember the guy that steps in the water? Hey, Phil Connors.
Yeah.
That guy's name's Stephen Tobolowsky. He's a character actor.
All right, fine. I got one.
Who?
The chick in Hell or High Water, the waitress.
Who is she?
Good question.
Anyways,
plays,
moving on.
She played no.
What?
There's a show on TV that I've seen her in. She is sassy. She's got that voice. She uses the same voice in every single role that she does. Hold on, let me get it.
Right. While you
Let me
get
get it.
right, okay. But while you get that, so
Waitress
there's not dead
in
air. I'm
Hell
going to say
or
career peaks for Josh Brolin. Did you like him in this, Avengers, or Deadpool 2 better, or Men in Black 3?
I've only seen him in. Oh no. I picked The Goonies actually.
Okay.
Oh, that ain't right.
Javier Bardem, was he better than this or in Pirates Caribbean Part 5? Christina Barcelona, Skyfall. Was this his career peak for you, Dion?
What was the first question?
I've only seen him in this.
Hold on, I just tuned in. What was the first one?
Josh
Who was
Brolin.
the first one we
The
did?
first question was, "What's Josh Brolin's best movie?"
He said career peak.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Career
His
peak.
career peak was between 2004 and 2013 when he was married to Diane Lane. It don't get better than that, dude. It don't.
Okay. All right.
No, it's Thanos. It's Thanos, hands down.
Okay. Tommy Lee Jones, what's his career peak? What's his apex mountain? The Fugitive, Batman Forever, Men in Black, Lincoln as Thaddeus Stevens. Was he better in, did you like him in this? Did you like him in No Country or Lincoln? Or Batman Forever?
I liked him in both.
Wrong answer is only Batman Forever. No, I
liked him best
I
in
liked
Lincoln.
him in this one.
In this one? Oh, well, split vote. Okay, I'm going to go
say
ahead.
Lincoln?
I said Lincoln.
Yeah. So you got Lincoln and we got No Country.
Lincoln's a close second.
Yeah.
Men in Black is third.
I'm going to say Lincoln. I'm going to say Lincoln was his career peak, apex mountain. For me. How many Coen brothers have you guys seen? Have you seen Big Lebowski?
Yes.
Nope.
Fargo?
Yep.
Nope.
Oh Country, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
No.
No.
Burn After Reading?
Yes.
Yes.
A Serious Man?
No.
No.
Carrie, you'd like A Serious Man. Mr. What was the guy that you like from Call Me By Your Name? The father?
Michael Stuhlbarg?
Yeah, he's the main actor in A Serious Man. I think you like that movie. Inside Llewyn Davis, probably haven't seen. Hail Caesar.
Nope.
True Grit.
I have not seen True Grit.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll say no.
Okay, so based on what you've seen, would you say No Country for Old Men is their best movie?
Probably, because I don't think I've seen very many others.
Okay.
And I don't really. The only other one I saw was Burn After Reading,
Yeah.
which only thing I remember about that is Brad Pitt dancing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I'm gonna get to my final thoughts. You guys have any more final concluding thoughts on both these movies?
Do you think Sugar was so mad because his haircut was dumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets the award for worst haircut.
Yeah. Worst or best?
I think I covered all my stuff.
All right. So this is my favorite movie of all time. I love it. This is the last movie I saw with my dad. So there's that. So you got this
Sentimental value.
Sentimental value, exactly. So the quote I skipped over was near the end of the movie when Tommy Lee Jones' character is going to El Paso and he's talking to the El Paso sheriff. And the El Paso sheriff says, "Money and the drugs, it's beyond everything. If you would have told me 20 years ago we'd have kids that walk around with green hair and bones in their noses, I wouldn't have flat out believed you." And Ed Tom says, "Once you stop hearing ma'am and sir, the rest will follow." And it's this idea of like old people and older generations are always saying, "Oh, the younger generation are making the world worse. Everything's getting worse." there's no politeness anymore. Kids are more violent. They like their drugs and their sex more and rock and roll, blah, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, all that shit. But I think the movie pushes back on that idea in the very next scene where you have Ellis, or I believe is Ed Tom's father, the guy in the broken down home. He says to Ed Tom, he tells him the story about the Comanches who basically killed Ed Tom's grandfather in their house in like 1907 or whatever it was. And he's basically telling that story, and he says, what you got ain't nothing new. This country's hard on people. You can't stop what's coming. Ain't all waiting on you. That's vanity. And I think that's what they're saying is, there's always been violence in this country. It's always been a hard country to live in. What he says, what you got ain't nothing new. There's nothing new about violence and death and destruction. It's always been that way in this country for a long time. And he's saying, it's not all waiting on you. It's not waiting. It's not on you to stop everything. There's always going to be something that you can't handle. And Tommy Lee Jones' character
just in that time period or just in that area alone, you go back, in this movie, it's drug cartel, but you go back 100 years and it was Native Americans.
Exactly. So,
and white against or even Mexican people and white people.
Yeah.
Violence.
Yeah.
And so, there was never a peaceful time where there's no violence or hatred.
Exactly. So I love this movie for that message in and of itself, because it's something I really don't see expressed in a lot of movies or TV or by anybody really. So yeah, that is my closing thought on that. So
well said.
Huh?
Well said.
Oh, thank you. So accolades for these movies. Hell or High Water won nothing. No Academy Awards for this movie. It was nominated in 2017 for Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, Best Original Screenplay. It was completely shut out, as opposed to...
People did say this was going to be like the next coming of like the revival of a Western kind of.
Right.
It definitely fell short.
Right. As opposed to No Country for Old Men, which in 2008 was nominated for Best Director, Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, Adapted Screenplay, Cinematography, Film Editing, Sound Mixing, Sound Editing, and came away with the Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Supporting Actor for Javier Bardem, Best Adapted Screenplay for Joel and Ethan Coen. No Country for
all that sound stuff is actually pretty surprising. I'm interested to know what was fighting Hell or High Water, because that soundtrack for Hell or High Water was phenomenal.
It was a great soundtrack, especially that song at the end. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, right. That song at the end was very, very good.
I actually went out and found it on Spotify and listened to it the rest of the night, and then I got on this kick of listening to more music like that.
Really? That's cool.
It was a fun adventure.
I was going to say that year that Hell or High Water came out, it was nominated against Shape of Water, so that's what it lost to for Best Picture.
Fishman.
Call Me by Your Name.
Call Me by Your Name. Yep. I don't know if it was for Best Picture. They'll look that up later. But let's see. So the Rotten Tomatoes score for both these movies, No Country for Old Men comes in at 93%, as opposed to Hell or High Water with a 97%.
Is that unbelievable to you?
Yes.
I can't believe it got that highest score.
I can't either. I really can't. Let me see.
It was just a steady movie. It was. I mean, it didn't have like. It had its moments, but it was just, thorough, just straight through. It never broke its stride. That's admirable.
Right.
It's a good watch.
It is.
Disagree.
So 280 ratings. The average rating was a 8.49 out of 10 for all critics. Top critics, which are 54 ratings, gave it an 8.53. The average audience score was 88%. So yeah, we see No Country's audience score.
I think when you throw Coen Brothers into it too, people tend to get a little like hypercritical.
Hypercritical, but also hyper fanboyish. Like if you talk to anybody that likes movies like me, it's always like, Coen Brothers, all-time greats. The Roger Deakins, all-time great. It's like you put those.
So you're either looking at like a 10 or a 1.
Yeah.
Ratings. So
well, no, I'm saying like if you're talking about guys directors like Coen Brothers, like Spielberg, it's like, yes, of course, greatest the goats. These are the goats of movie making. So it's very hard to present me a movie created by them and not have me like it. So.
Right, that's kind of what I'm saying. In the fact, it reflected in the Rotten Tomatoes score at least.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have more people come out against them.
Yep.
Than you would maybe Hell or High Water, because while it's a strong movie. David Mackenzie.
Not a well-known director.
I don't really know what he's got under. Huh?
Not a well-known director.
But in comparison to Coen Brothers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's gonna get less grief.
Yes, exactly. So with that, Carrie, go ahead and tell us your choice: No Country for Old Men
Nixon,
or High or Hell Water.
So I already have said how Western movies, these are not really for me because I'm not a person that enjoys violence. But I did like No Country for Old Men quite a bit more than Hell or High Water. Mm-hmm. And that is because even though there was probably more violence in that movie, it held my attention more, and it actually had me invested in the characters, whereas Hell or High Water, I don't know, it didn't really do it for me. I don't really have anything positive or negative to say about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't make me feel anything, didn't really care what happened to the characters. So I pick No Country for Old Men.
Dion, what is your choice?
So Hell or High Water, I think you guys might be giving a little bit of a bad rap. Growing up in a house that often payments probably weren't going to be met at certain times, and the looming of a bank threatening to take your house, it has an effect on you. I mean, especially as a child, I don't really see it, but you still feel it. You still know. You still see the tension. So Hell or High Water being that all these bank robberies were actually unnecessary. They had oil on their land, and they were set for life.
It wasn't theirs.
But they got the, yeah, okay. I guess it was necessary to build up the money. But the plan was there. They knew it, and consider how much. It was just the gigantic FU to the bank.
Yes.
It was just like, we're gonna buy it from you, and then we're going to live forever off this, and then you're gonna grow our money, and you're never gonna want to get rid of this because it's gonna be your property. So you're just gonna do it, and just the fact that they could get that upper hand on a bank, in a time where like the whole movie was just you see everything run down. And there were billboards like talking about, oh, get these loans and whatever. Just being able to say, yeah, fuck you, we won, is just it feels good in my soul. That said, I do think that No Country for Old Men was a better movie. Just because maybe more action. The character, the villain in it was just, he was just intimidating as hell, and I was very fascinated with his conversation.
Yeah.
Anytime that he had conversation with people, I was always listening. Tommy Lee Jones killed it. Just yeah, and even Josh Brolin, his character, it was a fun character. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was No Country for Old Men. I do enjoy the dynamic between the brothers, though.
Yes,
I'm always a sucker for a movie with brothers. That's something Hell or High Water had going for it. I didn't have these movies too far apart. But No Country for Old Men edged it out.
So, with that is a second time unanimous in a row decision, because I pick also No Country for Old Men. Woo! Ba-ba-ba-boo! So yeah, so I love this movie. Like I said before, watched it with my dad, and at that scene at the end where Tommy Lee Jones is talking about me and his dad, probably what is it, purgatory or heaven or something. That really gets to me at the end there. So yeah, fantastic movie, fantastic acting, cinematography, top notch. But yeah, like you said, I'm not digging on Hell or High Water. I loved it, loved the music, loved the message of the banks are just fucking over people. I love the I like when the Indian guy is talking to what's his name, Jeff Bridges, and saying like, back in the day, you guys took this land from us, you stole it, You sold it to the banks, and now the banks are stealing it from you. So, yep. Like you said, great message. Great messages there as well. So, Dion, do you want to spin the wheel? Tell the people what we're going to be watching in 2 weeks. What kind of movie?
Just catch me off guard every time. Yes, sir. Here we go. Spinning. Animation.
Oh, shit. We did an animation before, but that was Ghibli stuff. Maybe we do something different in 2 weeks.
Or the care. Or you want me to spin it again?
I don't want anime.
Well, let me spin it one more time and see what we get real
Sure.
quick. I mean, we could easily just take like a Disney.
Do
or
a,
Pixar.
yeah, do a mulligan real quick.
Sport.
Huh? Sports movie. Okay, cool.
We haven't done that yet.
We have not done a sports movie.
What even sports movie?
A lot of different ways.
There's tons of sports movies.
Tons of sports movies.
Yeah.
Remember the
I can't
Titans,
think of one off
guys?
the top of my
Remember
head,
the
though.
Titans?
Oh yeah, dude. Let's do it. Love remember the Titans.
Yep.
Battle of the
Dodgeball.
Sexes.
Huh?
Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes. Yep. Exactly.
Rudy.
Okay, yeah, all right. Now I'm thinking more football movies and yeah. Okay,
Love of Basketball.
The Big Green.
Big Green was that?
I don't know that one.
Nobody?
Nope.
Wow, holy shit.
The Big Green?
Yeah, it was the kids in the soccer and
You sure that's what it was called?
yes, they had the goat mascot. The Big Green was the field.
I don't
Oh, God.
remember that one.
Only soccer movie I remember is Shaolin Soccer.
Shaolin soccer. Good lord.
About like League of Their Own.
League of Their Own, yep.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is fucking
Oh
great.
yeah, baseball movies.
54. Have you guys ever heard that
I've
one?
not. That is,
It was
rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, right? Or is it a different one?
no, 54 is a movie about Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris and their home run race.
Remember that? That was an HBO movie, right?
I don't know. I remember watching it though. It was a good movie.
Yeah, very good movie.
Major League.
Major League, yep. Yep.
Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the outfield. All right.
All
We
right,
got
yeah,
some
something we
stuff
could
going
do.
on now.
So I believe that will do it for this week's movie cage match. I've been Damien.
Yeah.
And Carrie.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.